Hello, hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from Whitefish, Montana. I was just throwing the Frisbee for the dog and I could see my breath. I was like, oh no, it's too cold, I don't want to do that yet. But I've got my nice Stampin' Up! Excuse me, my nice Stampin' Up! Hoodie on. Alright, let me get the tickle out of my throat. And so I am warm. I don't even need the heater on. So this is a nice cozy one. It's kind of got long sleeves though, so I have to fold them over. But that's okay because it's warm and snuggly. So let's do this. So last Friday we did the Ghouls Night Out and we ran out of time because we had some technical difficulties to start off with. So I'm going to do the last project, and at the end of the video I will tell you how you can win that last project, because not everybody can be on in the middle of the day, but my goddaughter is coming in this evening, so that's why I couldn't do it tonight, because I got to go to the airport and pick her up, and then we might be doing a live together sometime before we leave for Ohio next week. So looking forward to that, looking forward to her visit, but we needed to get this video done so you could see how I turned this dollar store item into a Stamp-Upified cool fall project. So let's go ahead and switch cameras. All right, so here's all the different supplies that I'm using. So this I got at the dollar store. It had glitter on here. I just took my sandpaper and just sandpapered off the glitter so that it wouldn't be bumpy and lumpy underneath the paper. And then the paper I'm using is this beautiful fall leaf paper, and it is from the All About Autumn. See, they use autumn. All About Autumn paper. And this, I've shown you this paper before when I first got it. Here it is. Check this out. And of course it's all double-sided, so it's got foiled parts on the back. It's got some wood and some more foiled parts in the different colors, more scenery, this looks like a sweater, more foiled there, pumpkins, the leaves, it's got books. I love the books, trying to figure out what to do with the books. And then this one where I used that side before to make a card, this is the corduroy type looking side. More pumpkins, obviously I have it out of order. The leaves, and then more foiled, and this is in, I think, the Moody Mauve. Yeah, it's Moody Mauve. So it's Cajun Craze, Copper Clay, Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, Moody Mauve, Mossy Meadow, Pretty Peacock, Pumpkin Pie, and Very Vanilla. All right, so some great, what's that last one? Oh, and this looks like a leather chair. And let's see, is that all leather chair? Yeah, all leather chair, and then this very last one is back to books. So lots of great papers in here, but for this one I chose to use the fall leaves. All right, and then, okay, so when you put this in, this is a marker case that I also got at the dollar store. You got to put the paper in this way. I forget sometimes. New to using it for that. All right, so let's move that out of the way. So this is the paper. This was from the dollar store. This is from the dollar store too. It's just a little wood shape, so it's our little acorn. And it comes in a pack of, I think, 8. So I just grabbed a pack of those and figured I'd use that. And then we have some, what was this called? Threaded twine, and it's got the silver in it. I'm hoping I have enough. I have more on order. But so hopefully we'll have enough to do this today. Then I'm using the Early Espresso and the pecan pie, and then we have some pumpkin pie, and then I'm using the Cajun Craze and a Cajun Craze dauber. We are using the dots from the Basics. This is a set of 3 on the online exclusives. Hi, Missy. Nice to have you on here. What is oh, the paper is beautiful. Yeah, and it's back in stock. It was out of stock for a while. It's back in stock. And then we're using the Falling Leaves embossing folders as well. And we have our trusty linen thread. And then the new hexagon punch that will be coming out in January in the new spring mini. But the reason I have it already is because of I'm signed up to go to Onstage, which is our convention. And so it was an early release for those that are signed up for convention. And then, oh my goodness, hold on, I forgot my 2 stamp sets. Shame on me. Where are they? All right, so then we'll be using also the Hello from Biggest Wish, and I did order the Christmas one like this, which is More Wishes, that has the big and the little words, Christmas and New Year's and something else. So I'm really excited about getting that one in. And then the Alphabest, which is what this punch goes with. This punch punches out each of the letters. So we'll be using those. Ooh, I'm not sure I have enough blocks. I thought I had everything, but now I realize that I'm not sure I do. So let's do that. So put that there. I got my sample so I remember what all I did. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to move a few of these things out of my way for the moment so that we can get this done. All right, so first with this, like I said, I sanded off. Let's zoom in for you. I sanded off the glitter. All right, and then what I want to do is take off this this stuff. They've got it on with hot glue. I'm not using hot glue. I try not to use hot glue. I think that's why I haven't done the wreath from the kit, is because I don't want to use the hot glue because I always burn myself. But maybe I'll just have to do it, and maybe if I do it as a live, maybe it'll go good. We'll see. All right, so I'm just kind of getting into the home decor thing. I'm not sure what sparked that. Well, I do know. A friend of mine was telling me how she loves to go to the dollar store and look and see what she can stamp upify. And that just got me kind of excited because I see other people doing those kinds of things, except not necessarily with Stampin' Up! Products. So I thought, ooh, I wonder if I could do that too with Stampin' Up! Products. So it's really got my brain going. I've been going to the dollar store a little more often looking because they're just starting to put out their Christmas stuff. So I want to see what they've got. All right, so I'm using my nails. I know I shouldn't use my nails. So we could use this to get off that hot glue. There we go. That worked better, and I didn't tear up my nails to do it, so that's nice. So what I'd probably do, and what I did on my sample one, is I put the glue dots here, and this is where I'll put my my ribbon myself. So you can clean that up however you want, but I mean, it's supposed to look kind of rustic, and I'm not worried about this side because I'll be using glue dots on this side to stick it down, which looks like what they used as well. All right, so let's get that trash out of the way. See, the Take Your Pick tool is useful for all kinds of things, so we're going to set that aside. All right, so we have this here, and it's got my hair on it. Where's my wipes? I want to wipe it clean because you want to have a clean surface to work with, right? So you've seen a lot of upcycles on Instagram, not using SU. Yeah, I've seen a lot on Instagram. I've seen a lot on, wow, that really all of a sudden shines, but it's fairly smooth. Not as smooth as I thought it was. I don't want to do the paper, the filing in here, so I'm not going to worry about that because I don't want the glitter, but it's not as thick as it was, and I think it'll be fine. Ooh, wow, I made a mess. Whew. Not a fan of big messes. All right, so what we're going to use is we're going to use this paper, and we know that we have this going up this high right here like that, so we need this to go up a little bit so that it's just tucked under there. All right, and I'm going to do it all the way over here to the side All right, and now you're saying, oh wait, June, it's not long enough. I know, but that's what this strip of paper is going to be for. All right, so actually I kind of liked, no, that definitely falls this way. All right. All right, so we want to make sure to have it all the way over to this side and to the bottom, because we'll be kind of hiding this line with our twine and our ribbon. So we're not going to worry about that. So we want it all the way over to this side and then fold it down, kind of like we did with that other one. We're just going to fold it around. Now you could, if you prefer, you could put it down on the paper and draw a line and then cut along that line. I just find this as easy, if not easier, for me to follow. So I'm just going to run my fingers along here, run it along there. I've already got it along this side and then down here. All right, and then I'm going to take my trusty scissors, and I find it easier to cut on this side because that's all foily, and then follow this. And remember, you want to cut just outside the line that you make, because you can use your filing, which I forgot my filing. Jeepers, I thought I was ready, but apparently I wasn't quite ready. So I have my files. Whenever I do something like this, I always have my files handy. And then we want to cut this off. All right, and then we want to follow this line here. All right, so cut around and go up this line. Follow it and curve it around. Let's see, how did I do? Not too shabby. There'll be a few edges that I need to work with. All right, and then what I'll do is I'm going to put this under here. All right, there'll be a little bit of a line. I'm trying to remember how I, let's see, did I do it that way? I must have used, I must have gone this way with the paper. So that's okay. So we'll use these right here, and we can always put the bow hanging down here, and that will hide part of this. All right, so then what I need to do here is I need to crease it again. So using my thumb to just crease it so I have the cutting, and I'm not going to make it go up quite that high. So I'll be cutting part of that off, but just for the ease of the shape and working with something a little bit larger. All right, oh, I really missed that one. All right, here we go. All right, and then what I'm going to do is use my trimmer to trim this. I don't need that much, so I'm just going to trim a little bit of it off. Yeah, I forget they call it upcycle. I don't know, I guess it's, some of the stuff is pretty on its own. Wow, what is that? This has a lot of dust on it, so hang on. Let me get rid of that dust because I don't want it to get all in my stuff. And then I'm going to use my wipe again and wipe the sides, because that seems to be where a lot of this is coming from, this dust. This must not be the same board. I thought it was the same kind of board as that other one from the other day, but it just seems to be flaking off a little bit more. So let's tuck that there. We'll bring this back over here. All right, I think I kind of zoomed that in a little bit too far for you. There we go. All right, so that's kind of damp. Let's go ahead and do our acorn. I almost lost the name of that. All right, so for the acorn, what you can do is turn it over. And for the acorn, it's probably easier. You could do it with this one. With that other pumpkin one we did the other day, that would have been a little more challenging. But you could go ahead and draw this and cut it. And then on this one, it's the top part. So you could go like this and come around here like that. All right, so we've got that, and then we'll cut it. That's easier to do. And remember, you'd want to cut it kind of on the outside of the line because it's okay if it hangs over a little bit. Rather it hangs over a little bit and you file it down than having it too short. Although there are ways to hide that as well. Let's see, it looks like I may have gotten that a little too pointy. I'm going to turn it over so I don't see my line. Nope, that works. And then we'll come up here and cut around this. So it's Thursday, it's almost the weekend. What plans do you all have this weekend? I have card club tomorrow night. The girls will be excited to see Natasha again. And then I have card club Zoom on Saturday morning, and those girls will also be excited to see Natasha again, although she probably won't be doing the cards with us because she'll have done them Saturday night. I imagine she will just be crafting and doing whatever she wants to work on while she's here. I always like to craft. Unless Ron's around, then she might go hang out with Ron. Let's see if that goes down. All right, how'd I do? Okay, so then we want to do this. So what are your plans for the weekend? And Ron is super busy with the railroad all of a sudden. So whatever day he is here, we're going to go drive over to Glacier National Park because she's only been here in the winter, last winter, so she hasn't seen Glacier National Park yet. So we're gonna go over there. All right, so we have those two. They are a little bit big, but it's okay because remember we can file them down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run these two things through the embossing folders. All right. So let's go ahead and put this here. I'll pull this back out a little bit so you can see the mess all the way around. All right, so we've got this. I set this on here. So this one we're going to do with the fallen leaves. And I'm going to put it in here so that I have a nice pattern all over it. So I'm just going to look and see. There's a little blank, so I want to make sure to get it to where it's in here fully. There we go, and it's nice and covered. So we'll run that through. You can only do one embossing folder at a time. Now, if I wanted to use the same embossing folder for each part, then you could run it through together, the two different pieces. All right, so then we have that. Doesn't that look great? I love this embossing folder. And then I'm using the dots for the top. And it doesn't really matter how it goes in there because there's nothing in particular about the dots. They're just everywhere, right? All right. And then we have the top like that. All right. And then we'll put this away because we're done with it. All right, so then we'll bring this back over here and let's work on our acorn. So we're going to glue this on the top there, and then we'll glue this on top of it, and then we will use our files to make sure, actually I think I'm going to put the glue on here, and we're covering up the hole, we're not using the hole. So I'm getting it close to the edge, but not right on the edge, and then covering up the center, but I'm still not making a lake. We still want to avoid the lake because that's too much glue no matter what you're doing. So we're going to do this one first like this with the dots out. And I want to use the wiggle room that I have. Make sure it's there. And then we're going to lay this on top, also working it so that we have our wiggle room. Actually, I think this top should come down on it. We're going to be kind of hiding that seam anyways, but I think the top comes down on over the acorn, if I recall my acorns correctly. There we go. All right, got everything wiggled into place. There we go. All right, and so now what we'll do is I have smaller ones. These are little metal ones. And you can get these, I think you can get these at the craft store. I'm sure they still have them available, or you can go to a hardware store and get them. And then I'm just going to run this down the side, but I'm going to do it over here. All right, and that will just take off those extra edges. One's a little thin. Those are, maybe I'll try these after all. All right. This one's just kind of like a nail file, so you probably could get a nail file and maybe wrap some tape, some washi tape or duct tape or something around the end so that you have something to hold on to. Or if it doesn't bother you, then you can just use it. So I'm just running it down the edge like this to smooth it off, and any of the paper that's hanging over then gets kind of shaved off. Okay, and hitting those corners so you can see how it's getting shaved off. A little bit hanging over on this edge, more than I thought. All right, use my thumb. Huh, I didn't realize I had more of the pecan pie hanging over. All right, there we go. All right, so now you can see that, oh, this is where, these are nice for the corners. You can get in there. Closer. All right, so again, we have a mess. Let's clean that up so it doesn't get all over our project. All right, so there is our acorn, and then what we're going to do is take some of the twine, and that will kind of hide that seam. All right, so we'll wrap this around here like this and do our little bow. I'm going to bring the bow over here to this side, because I know the bow on the jar will be on the right side, so I want this bow on the left side so they're not both on the same side. All right, and I'm not getting it tight, so when you can't get it tight, best thing to do is grab a glue dot. Oh, Missy's been chatting. Hold on, Missy, let me see. Card Club, yep, you got Card Club. That's adorable. All right, I'm assuming you're talking about our little thing right here. Acorn, yes, better with the top on top. Yep, that's what I was thinking. Better with the top on top. Here we go. So, there's a lot of people who are working, so they're not able to join us this morning. So I want to give everyone a chance to be able to win this, because I think it turns out really cute. Like, I'm really glad that I made samples. That way I have them for myself. Because I really, really like how this one turned out. So I want everyone to have an opportunity, since I'm going so early in the day and so many people are at work. So at the end of this live, I'll be telling you how you can have a chance to win this cute fall decoration. All right, so there we have our little acorn. We're gonna set him aside. All right, and then bring this back in. We're going to glue this one on first. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on the paper so that I know exactly where it's going. Here we go. Now you have the foil-y stuff on the back side, and that sometimes makes it a little slicker. So a little more give or move, wiggle room. So you just want to make sure not to wiggle it too much. All right. So we want that there. This top part is going to be covered, remember, by that. So we just needed that little bit. But we're going to put our bow on this side so it kind of hides the white. And then we're going to be putting this. Oh, goodness. I did not pull that down far enough. Eek. All right, is this going to work? Nope. It's tearing up the whole thing. So let me get another piece of paper out of here, and let's try that part again. I guess now we can totally fix it. Where's the leaves? Leaves, leaves, leaves. There we go. Here we go. All right. So we have this one here. So then we might as well just take a piece off that top there, right? Because then it will just blend nicely right into it. So I'm going to do a 3/4 inch piece. Yep. All right. So that works. Glad I had another piece left still and hadn't used it all. All right. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm just going to match up this line. Oh, not quite. Let's see. Just matching it up. All right. So we'll do this part right here, and this part right there. All right. Oh, the glue is still tacky under there. All right, here we go. And I guess I can actually kind of see it better on this side. this time around. All right. There we go. All right, let's try this again. This time I think I'm going to go ahead and put it on at the same time. So again, this is a little bit slick. So I'm using glue close to the edge, but not right on the edge. I'm kind of using that white line as a guide. So just putting glue across the whole thing. And then I don't know how high I need to go, so I'm just going to do this like that. We're going to put this on first this time. That way we know exactly where to put that little piece. You see how it moved? It wanted to wiggle. All right, and then we'll set this one up here like that. There we go. And people really, they're not even going to notice the seam. They're not. I'll show you the one I did for me, and really you don't pay attention. Although I don't have this on it yet, so I just stuck the old stuff that was on it. All right, so we're going to let that dry for a minute while we do our stamping before we file it down. So we're going to be stamping our hello. Our nice big fat hello. It's one of my, this is one of my most used stamp sets, I think, is the Biggest Wish. And we're going to be stamping it in the Cajun Craze. I told you, come fall, you'll see a lot of Cajun Craze. All right, better with the top. See, boo, they didn't have FOMO. Either that or they're just working and didn't get the notice. Who knows? But that's okay. They'll have an opportunity to win. Wouldn't be fair otherwise. All right, so we have that nice and stark right there. And then we're going to punch that out with the heartfelt hexagon. Line it up, center it. All right, and then kind of trying to put the stuff that I've used off to the side. Then we're going to stamp. So this punch has to go in like this. So that means I need my letters to line up like this. So then we're going to stamp the word fall. We're doing hello fall. So I need my F, an A, here we go, F, A, L. I'll stamp that twice, and then we're using this cute little dotted, partially dotted frame. All right, so let's pick this up. F, A, L, whoop, that flipped to the side, and then the frame. So I'm going to stamp the letters first. I found it's easier for me to stamp the letters first. So F, A, let's turn it the right way around, L, L, and then stamp the frame around it. Okay. There we go. And then like that. There we go. Set this is, oh yeah, we need this still. All right. Then we will punch these out, so then you just line it up like this. And like this. And like that. And I'm putting my hand over it so it doesn't flip into my ink, because that would just not be cool if it flipped into my ink. You might laugh, but that would not be cool. All right, so then I'm going to take my dauber and just kind of go around the edge of this hello to give it a bit of a frame, because I don't think the stamp set has a frame. You know, I didn't even look. The stamp set might have a frame, but I kind of like this look, and we're going to be distressing our jar anyways, so I thought this was a good way to do it. All right, so this doesn't need to be, because it's got the frame already. We're going to close this for a moment because we don't want to get our filings into it. So now what we're going to do is just file around the edges again to smooth this out. But I'm going to do it over here over the floor where I have to vacuum, so I don't get it all over the letters. All right, so again, I'm just raking it on here. And you can see it's kind of whitening the paper, but that's where the distressing will come in. So I guess I could switch cameras since I'm over here doing this. All right. So we just have this to do, and then we will be putting it all together. Well, we'll distress it, and then we'll put it all together. So distressing is a great way to hide any boo-boos that you might have. All right, so we're just smoothing it out so that the paper is nice and close to it, not hanging off anywhere. So you can see I'm just running it down there. Files are great for this kind of stuff. When I was scrapbooking all the time, I used the files to not only distress it, but when I did cover a piece of wood or a piece of chipboard, it was a great way to smooth it out. So, clean up my edge a little bit. All right, these are great, great tools. Okay, so now we have this. Now what we want to do is we want to put this back on here like that. All right, so we're going to take our glue dots, and I went ahead and pulled out the roll. We sell these in a box. You see me use them like this a lot. These are from Paper Pumpkins and other kits. The roll, which we do also have and sell, is like this, and it comes in a box. I just don't keep mine in the box typically. So now I'm just going to put some glue dots on the mountain part, on the part that sticks up a little bit. And I want to have plenty because I don't want it coming off. So I'm going to put plenty on here. I'm going to put them on each rib for the sides, and then a few in the middle. All right, because I want to make sure that it's going to stay put through the years until I decide I don't want to use this for decoration anymore, or until it becomes too sun bleached. Depending on how much light in your house and whether the sun hits it. I mean, no paper, doesn't matter the company, no paper has the ability to not get sun bleached. We have quality paper without a doubt, and it can still be sun bleached over time. So I wouldn't believe any company that claimed to have paper that doesn't bleach out in the sun. I just wouldn't. I would never believe it myself, because having grown up in Arizona, everything bleaches over time. Not just paper, but pretty much everything. So, anytime someone claims that it won't, it makes me wonder, what do you have, what do you use to make it if yours doesn't bleach in the sun? Because growing up in Arizona, everything, outdoor furniture, everything bleached in the sun over time. So now I'm going to stick this down back on the top. So now we have our jar again, our canning jar. There's our lid. And we have canned fall. That's what we've done. We've canned fall. So now we have our acorn. I don't know why I keep fumbling with that word. But because of the string, we can't just glue it down. So we're going to use dimensionals. So I'm going to put dimensionals across the top here. And then I'm going to put one here. And of course, we don't want this to fall off either. So we want to make sure we have plenty of them. Not worried about sagging because of course it's wood, so it's not going to sag, but we just don't want it to fall off because that's not the kind of hello fall we're looking for, right? So your hoodie looks snuggly. It is snuggly, Missy. It really is. And I love that they have such a variety of sizes and they're still in stock. All right. So we're going to set that right there. All right, let's zoom you in a little bit so you can see. All right, so I'm going to set that there. And then, oh, shoot. Ah! Is it going to come up? Nope. All right, I'm going to have to do the distressing everywhere but behind that part. But you're not going to see that part anyway, so. All right. I meant to do that before I put everything on here. So we're just going to go around the edges and distress them. All right. And you could do it to your acorn too if you wanted to. I would use like the pumpkin pie, the color that it's in, or the early espresso from the top all the way around. I wouldn't do it in the Cajun Craze. Okay, that just kind of frames it and brings it all together, in my opinion. You might have a different opinion, and that's okay. So then we're going to put dimensionals on here. I'm going to do one up there, one down here, one on this side, one on that side, and one in the middle to make sure that we don't have any sagging over the years. I don't know how long this will last and how long I'll use mine. It might be just a one season thing. I'm thinking it's probably going to be good for a few seasons, as long as you put it away in the dark somewhere, which mine go into containers. I'm thinking of just, I have a Halloween wreath on my front door, but other than that, I'm thinking of just doing fall decorations, because then I don't have to decorate again until Thanksgiving weekend. So when do you do your Christmas decorations? I do my Christmas decorations Thanksgiving weekend, but not the tree, because we get a live tree, so we wait a little bit longer on that. Oh, I should wait to put this on until we do this. All right, so this is the last of it. We should have enough. We're going to wrap this around here like this. And, oh, we need to, I put this bow on this side, so this bow needs to be on this side. So let's try that again. And here we go. Tie this. I love this. This twine is so cool with the silver sparkles in it. It just adds a little bit of festivity to it. There we go. I think it's much nicer than this plain one, right? Isn't it prettier than this plain one? All right, now the thing you could do if you wanted, you could add this leaf back, but I kind of don't like that leaf. If it was silver, I guess I could have turned it over. Maybe, but nah. So it's up to you when you do yours if you want to do that or not. Here we go. Let's do this like that. All right, it is not staying put. So I think I want it right there. Now I see why maybe they did the glue. Actually, they did the hot glue because their bow and their twine was separate. So, but what I can do is use, where are they? What do I do with them? They're right in front of my face. I can use a glue dot and do our same little trick and put the glue dot right here on the twine, if it'll not stick to my finger and not stick to my take a pick tool. There we go. So put that right there and then do my bow. That should work better. Here we go. All right, and that's a little long, so I'm going to trim it down. Besides the fact that it keeps turning, let's, come on. Here we go. All right, so there we have, this one's, All right, come on, bow, work for me, work for me. It's my first time playing with this because I had only this much to last for this project because I haven't gotten my other order in. All right, so now we want to put our Hello Fall on. We needed our bow on there, so we could put our Hello Fall like that. And then we want these off. And let's see if I can find my F. Nope. Nope. There we go. All right, so we're going to drop this right here. Actually, I guess I need my L because we don't want to have it too close to the edge. So there's L. And I'm going to butt these up pretty much against each other like that. There we go. And then a little bit closer. All right. And there we have Hello Fall. Doesn't that look so much more fall-ish and pretty compared to what it was before? I think it looks so much better than it did before. So, what do you think? Let me know what you think. And if you want an opportunity to win this, then you just need to comment, I want that, before tomorrow afternoon. All right, and then tomorrow afternoon, I will do a drawing of everyone who says, I want that, and then I will get your information and send it to you. Is that crooked? Is that my imagination? No, I think that's crooked. So here's the first one I did, but again, I had to put their twine back on, so I'll be putting mine. But that's pretty much the same. So I just gotta, when I get my new twine, I'll be putting that in there because I like this one much better than that one. So, and then here's, you know, the back. So it says tabletop decor. All right, I guess I can probably peel that off now, because, you know, it's not like you can take it back to the dollar store and get your $1.25 for it now that it's been altered. So, of course, I don't know, mine's nicer than $1.25. You want that, Missy? All right. So this way, everyone who sees this and decides that they want it can put in for the drawing. If Missy, if you're the only one that says you want it, then I guess you'll be the one that gets it. So we'll see. I'll hold off mailing yours until I see. Actually, I'll probably just hold off until to mail everyone's. I've got them packaged And so, but I want to make sure, I wanted to get this one in that. That's part of why I hadn't sent it yet. So, but this way, if you do it, we're going to say by noon tomorrow, you need to have said you want it. That way I can do the drawing and be able to get the live done. But that gives everyone more than 24 hours to say whether or not they want it. So those of you that were working today when I did this, then you still have an opportunity. So just put I want it, and then I will put you into a drawing, and tomorrow at noon I will do all the names into a wheel. I don't know if I'll do it live or if I'll just do it as a post. We'll see what's happening here in this household tomorrow at noon, but you have until noon tomorrow to say whether or not you want to be in the drawing for this Hello Fall wood tabletop glass jar. Well, it's not glass, but it's supposed to look like a jar decoration. All right, so thank you, Missy, for joining me. Hello, Johanna, you want it too? All right, thank you very much. All right, so by tomorrow noon, everyone who wants it needs to say that they want it. I'll put you all into a drawing, and then we'll do the wheel of names. And like I said, we'll see whether it's a live or whether I just do it. Yes, enjoy your day. Thanks. You'll get to see Natasha on Saturday and probably a live sometime before Wednesday. As soon as my paper pumpkin comes, I'm going to do the live then and there and probably have Natasha help me. So that's what my plan is. She doesn't know it yet, so we'll see what she thinks. Just remember, if you want $125 worth of product for only $64.35, now's the time to do it. Or if you want $168.75 worth of product for only $99, now's the time to do it. So reach out to me and let me know if you're interested. Paper Pumpkin, they have the add-on cards, so make sure you subscribe so you can get those. And other than that, I will see you all later. So have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. Oh, real quick, if you're on YouTube, I will check there also so you can comment, I want it there as well. All right, thanks.